Welcome to the Imagination-wide HD network, where the world's most respected manufacturers meet America's leading independent retailers to bring you the latest in appliance design and innovation. Today we're featuring outstanding new product designs from Fisher & Paykel. We have product expert Mark Lamar to walk us through Fisher & Paykel's latest innovations. Mark, what do you want to start with?
We're going to start off with our most popular washing machine, the WA42T26. This agitator washer at $5.99, according to the Department of Energy, is the #1 most energy efficient agitator washer sold in North America. That's the feature. The benefit is, with its energy savings over a non-energy efficient washer, it pays for itself in about 3 years of use at $5.99. There are other energy efficient machines, but at over $1,000, it takes a lot longer to pay for itself. So if you can remember 4 things on this machine, you'll have a great story, which is what you folks do best. #1, most energy efficient agitator washer, according to the Department of Energy, and it pays for itself in about 3 years of its energy savings, with its energy savings. #2 of the 4 things to remember is it has hundreds of less parts. No transmission, no clutch, no gears, no brake, no belts, no pulleys, no couplers that hold all that stuff together, and no mechanical timer. That's the feature, hundreds of less parts. Benefit is, parts you don't have can't fail. So a customer comes in, I like to ask them, welcome to our store. What brings you in today? I'm here for a washing machine. Why is that? Mine failed. What failed? Well, this part went. Can I show you a machine that doesn't have that part? It's a great lead-in because many times this Fisher & Paykel washer doesn't even have that part. #3 of the 4 things to remember is it literally knows what it's washing. The agitator is directly connected to a brushless DC motor. It moves up against blue jeans and overalls. That's hard to push through the water. The brain in this machine says wash hard. Woman's blouse, less resistance. Brain says wash soft. Only machine in the world that adjusts to the load that it's feeling by way of resistance. And #4, it spins at a constant 1,000 RPM. Now stay with me. Other machines can and do ramp up to 900, maybe 1,200, but then it comes back down. We go up to 1,000 RPM and stay at 1,000 RPM for the full 7 minutes of the spin. We take out a lot more water, so the dryer works a lot faster. Cuts your wash day not quite in half. But if you've got a 6-hour wash day, now it's about a 3.5-hour wash day. This is where the customer will stop you at the church parking lot, at the grocer. Thanks for showing this thing to me. It made a big difference. So, most energy efficient, it's free, quicker than any other machine. Hundreds of less parts. Parts you don't have can't fail. Knows what it's washing, adjusts to the load that's inside of it. And 1,000 RPM spin speed, takes a lot more water, and cuts your wash day significantly. Now, as I look at the machine, it looks kind of, you've got some objections to overcome. Fisher & Paykel isn't a name that they know. So I make sure to let them know that it's been around for a long time. 75 years we've been in business. 1934. We're in 60+ countries worldwide. But what we're really known for in the States is our medical equipment. So doctors and nurses know the name real well. The other objection is it looks kind of, it might not look like as durable as some of the automotive paint finish, and that's why what I like to do is I like to get up on the machine, and I'll tell you what, even though it's a ABS lid, this thing isn't going to dent, chip, scratch, rust. It's not going to break. If I took this lid and threw it off the building, it would bounce. Stay with me. A metal lid with one arm, I can damage it and torque it. It's not going to rust on the hinge because it doesn't have any metal on it. So very, very durable, football helmet type material.
Wow, that's impressive, Mark.
Now the other thing about it is, if you've ever noticed the gunk or the buildup in between the lid and the machine that builds up right here, soap, lint, kind of hard to get to with a toothbrush, maybe a toothpick you're trying to get it. With this machine, ma'am, the lid comes off so you can clean that out. Great benefit to the machine. In this machine, you put the soap down the agitator. The agitator cap comes off and the soap actually goes down the hole of the agitator. And by doing that, it pre-mixes with the soap and water. But the agitator also lifts out. I like to show this to the customer. I'll encourage you to do the same thing because it's very gentle on the clothes. We do not beat the clothes up with this washing machine. It washes like a front loader, and the advantage of a top load, and I'll tell you why in a second, but very gentle on the clothes. Our low water level way down here at 13 gallons. 25 total gallons used on a normal load as opposed to 40 But the big difference is a regular washing machine washes clothes like this. Amen? Because it's limited by oil-filled mechanical transmission that we don't have. So this might move, ours might move 5 degrees or 10 degrees or 360 degrees. It'll move in any direction, forward or reverse, to find the clothes. And when it does, blue jeans are hard to push through there, so the brain in this machine says wash hard. Woman's blouse, less resistance. Brain says wash soft. Very unique in how we adjust.
That is unique. What else can you tell us?
This is the brain I was telling you about. It's our control board. Actually replaces for about the same amount of cost as a mechanical timer, but this replaces hundreds of mechanical parts. And that's the next part that I want to show you, and I encourage you to do this on the floor. The lid pops up because I have the screws taken out. The neck ring comes off. And the entire tub just lifts out of the machine. And if you have a rubber-backed rug, or if you have a mop head that disintegrates, many times that's a service call with another washing machine. With this, you don't have to, but you can take the tub out on your own, take it in the backyard and hose it down. And that's a service call that you don't have to have because of the ease of service on this machine. Again, hundreds of less parts.
Very nice, Mark.
So to recap, the most energy efficient agitator washer, hundreds of less parts, it knows what it's washing, and it'll cut your wash day in half with this 1,000 RPM spin speed. A great story to tell.
Okay, very nice, Mark. Thanks for taking the time to walk us through the latest from Fisher & Paykel. The Imagination-wide HD network is made possible through a nationwide alliance of some 3,000 independent dealers from coast to coast, with billions of dollars in combined buying power. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Imagination-wide HD network.